Ordinary morning in any town. Summer vacation has just begun. Conrad, 12, and Sally, 10, are no longer little kids. They're in that awkward in-between stage where they find most things lame. Their mom, Joan, kisses them goodbye as she heads to work. They're left with their strict and slightly deaf babysitter, Mrs. Grindelbaum, who insists on quiet and routines. The house is painfully dull, and the kids are glued to screens, unmotivated to do anything else. The return of boredom. Even with endless apps and games, the boredom is intense. They flip through channels, sigh repeatedly, and roll around in frustration. Sally tries to read a book. Conrad doodles aimlessly. They both express how much they miss when something actually happened in their lives, like a foggy memory they can't quite recall. Thunderclap in the living room. A strange wind gusts through the house. The lights flicker. Suddenly, boom, a magical thunderclap bursts inside the living room. The Cat in the Hat makes a dramatic reappearance, spinning out of thin air, his red and white hat taller than ever. He sings a rhyme as he lands. When boredom strikes and fun is flat. What do you call? The Cat in the Hat. Conrad is delighted. Sally is suspicious. The magical invitation. The cat declares he's back for Whimsy Whirl, the ultimate imagination game. He flicks his cane, and the house begins to shimmer with colorful magic. He explains that if they beat 3 magical rounds of imagination-based challenges before Mom gets home, they win a prize beyond imagination. If not, the house stays warped forever. A portal to the unexpected. The first game, Jungle Jumble. The kitchen becomes a tangled rainforest filled with talking pineapples, spaghetti vines, and hyperactive monkeys. The kids must swing through to retrieve a golden spoon guarded by a sass-talking parrot. Conrad is thrilled, diving into the vines, but Sally freaks out when she loses her shoe to a plant with attitude. The return of Thing 1 and Thing 2. With a double backflip, Thing 1 and Thing 2 leap from the cat's hat. They haven't changed, still the ultimate chaos duo. They trash the living room, bounce off furniture, and start a pie fight. While fun, their unpredictability complicates the challenges. Sally tries to control them, but it's like herding kittens with rockets. Mrs. Grindelbaum's suspicion. Mrs. Grindelbaum hears the ruckus. She limps upstairs, shouting, "Quiet down, or I'm calling your mother." The cat slyly casts a spell on her, turning her into the star of her own opera. She wanders off, singing dramatically, clueless to the madness around her, buying the kids more time. The imagination games begin. The cat lays down the rules. Each challenge gets harder and more imaginative. They must pass Sky Scribble, air-based creativity, and Dream Doodle's imagination-based invention. A scoreboard made of balloons appears. The stakes are raised. If the hat runs out of magic before they finish, the fun stops forever. Sky Scribble mayhem. Their bedroom transforms into the open sky. They float on clouds, painting the air with giant magic crayons. But they must avoid the rain of regret. Dark storm clouds that bring old forgotten dreams to life in spooky forms. Sally sees her forgotten ballerina dream. Conrad is chased by a past embarrassment, a sentient diaper costume. They must paint the skies clear to escape. A glitch in the hat. The hat starts to malfunction. Colors flicker, objects glitch between dimensions. The cat admits he's been overusing his magic, and now the hat's stability is breaking. Rooms mix together. The bathtub grows legs and walks into the kitchen, and the dining room becomes an Arctic snowfield. Enter the Grump. Suddenly, the Grump appears, a tall, gray, frowning figure with no eyebrows, wearing a twisted version of the cat's hat. He emerges from a swirling hole in the fabric of the hat itself. He was once a lost imagination, turned bitter. His goal: destroy color, creativity, and fun, so the world becomes a quiet, gray routine. Sally takes charge. Sally realizes they've been too reliant on the cat and his chaos. She takes the lead, organizing a rescue plan. She makes a blueprint of the house using imagination chalk. She sets goals and uses her logic to fix magical leaks in the hat's magic. Conrad, in contrast, is getting pulled deeper into wild fun, more reckless by the minute. The Great Split. Conrad and Sally argue. Conrad believes they should enjoy the craziness while it lasts. Sally insists on fixing things before it's too late. Their disagreement causes the Whimsy Whirl scoreboard to fracture, and the Grump uses this moment to steal the cat's hat, drawing all the magic into his dull, gray world. The hat is stolen. Without the hat, the cat begins fading, becoming translucent. The house turns gray, lifeless, and silent. The Grump starts draining color from the town outside. Sally sees how her obsession with control stifled the fun. Conrad realizes he pushed too far. They both decide to team up again. Journey to the heart of the hat. With a leftover piece of magical thread, they stitch open a portal and enter the hat itself. A surreal dream world filled with floating clocks, upside-down rainbows, and childhood memories. They encounter imaginary versions of themselves as younger kids and solve riddles from forgotten toys. Teamwork restored. To reach the Grump's lair at the center of the hat, Sally and Conrad must combine logic and creativity, completing puzzles, recoloring dead areas with finger paints, and freeing trapped creatures of imagination. They confront the Grump with a powerful idea. Imagination is strongest when wild and guided together. The final Whimsy Whirl. They retrieve the hat and outsmart the Grump by creating a chaotic but perfectly synchronized poem rap that overloads him with creativity. He vanishes into a puff of glitter dust. The cat returns to full form, energized by the balance the kids achieved. Mom comes home. Back in the real world, everything resets. The house is spotless. Mrs. Grindelbaum is asleep in the bathtub with a colander on her head. Joan walks in, suspicious. "Everything okay here?" The kids just grin and say, "Totally normal. A gift from a cat." Before vanishing, the cat leaves behind a glittery book titled Imagination, Used Daily. Inside are drawings of the day's events, along with empty pages for their future adventures. He tips his hat and disappears into a swirl of rhyme and music. Hint of another adventure. Conrad and Sally flip to the last page. It reads, "When the world feels bland and nothing's right, just open this book and ignite the light." As they close the book, a gentle breeze rustles the curtains, and the hat's shadow flickers on the wall.